13211 Denara Road in San Diego. Gonna start here at the front of the home. Looks like I see a little bit of red mortar up there on both sides. I'm guessing that was added 12 years ago when he had the roof tune-up done, because I don't see mortar around the rest of the roof. Fascia and fascia trim, or the tile riser. Actually, that's not tile riser, just that 2x4 piece of trim at the top of the fascia. We will keep that because it is an HOA neighborhood. Sometimes if we have a lot of rotten 2x4 trim, we can actually opt to get rid of it. You know, if 60% of it was rotten, well, let's take it off the whole house, and that reduces the amount of new wood that has to go back on. But because of the HOA, I would suggest we keep it, and I don't think we're gonna have to replace too much of it. We do have a very big fascia. This is a 2x12 fascia, and then when you put that 2x4 on the outside, it does make for expensive wood repair, if there was extensive wood repair on this house. Luckily enough, this house is well maintained, and although the roofs are old, they have lasted pretty well. Let's go ahead and jump up there. This is the worst wood that we've seen on the home right here, and so that's pretty minor. So as soon as we climb the ladder, we notice exposed nail holes, right? One there, there, and it looks like those tiles are still nailed in place. It doesn't look like they've slipped. It looks like those nails have actually been exposed ever since this roof was new, and that is something we'll see on a regular basis. You'll see some out of place tiles right here. I moved these so we could get a look at the underlayment. What I wanted to see is what it looked like south of that big vent right there, because I bet that vent leaked before the flashing was replaced. So if I put my head in there, you can see just how badly worn that felt is, and you can just vaguely see some water streaks from when that used to allow some water to get in there. This is a proper tile overlap. We see 4 inches right there, but we'll see other parts around the roof where we don't even have a 2-inch overlap, and that does allow for the wind-driven rain to get up in there. Let's go ahead and work quickly up to the higher section so I can show you what I was talking about up there. So all of the flashings have been replaced on this roof. They were all originally mortar flashings. We can still see on that house over there, but looks like the roof tune-up you had done 12 years ago replaced all those with the metal flashings. So as soon as we get around this chimney, we start to notice exposed nail holes and tiles sliding out of place. We've got little sections like that where water is getting in. We got water getting in at the ridge with this tile out of place. The chimney flashing is done properly, but it just needs some work every now and again. These tiles were already out of place. I moved them just a little bit more so we could get a real clear picture of the felt there. And you can see just, I'm actually looking right down to the plywood there. This is a tile pan. It's actually still working, surprisingly, but that is what the felt looks like all around this roof, and that's no longer waterproof, unfortunately. And one last thing I wanted to show you. So I found these tiles just like that. That's how those were. Get this properly back in place. Just about like that. All right. So from this side, this is the area I was looking at a lot, trying to figure out how the water's getting into that wall. And there's nothing super obvious except the chimney. The tile pan, which is this piece of metal, does come on top of this tile, and I can just barely feel it in there. So that's actually should still be working properly. But those nail holes are exposed, and again, water is getting in at the ridge. So obviously we know we need to replace this roof. A couple areas that we're gonna take. Oh, check this out. All of these are exposed. What's weird is that those nails aren't rusty. And we've seen some really rusty ones. It almost looks like maybe these were put back in place 12 years ago or something. Now we'll put a product in here to keep wind-driven rain out from getting underneath the tile up here.